my friends, this is Daniel Alley, and today I want to share with you 3 types of spirits that we're confronted with every day within the universe. Now, I believe that we live in a spiritual world with spiritual consequences, and if we don't understand the spiritual things in the universe, then we can never really become who we're meant to be. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 ideas that I've tested over the last few years that I know because I've reached millions of people, I've seen thousands of stories, and I've coached countless of people. And I truly believe that if you understand these 3 spirits, it can help you to go from where you are right now to where you want to be in the future. Once you understand these 3 spirits, you, my friend, will become more empowered and you will have a divine connection with the universe that will allow you to go to the highest level of the success that you know you deserve to reach. So listen up. The first type of spirit is the spirit of deception. Now, deception runs wild in this world, and in fact, 99% of people are contained by the spirit of deception. Now, what I'm going to tell you straight up is that you have to realize that most people conform to the patterns of the world. Most people don't even know what they're doing, they don't know where they're going, they're just misled. If you ask most people what they want to do in life, they just say, well, I'll just go with the flow. And they'll come up with some kind of idea that seems to be working in their life, but actually isn't working at all. You see, those people who think they're going with the flow, they don't realize that only dead fish go with the flow. And what I'm here to tell you is that those who are conforming will never be able to perform to the highest level of success that they actually desire. Now you might be asking, well, Daniel, how do you know that most people are deceived? How do you know that most people are misled? How do you know that most people are going into the wrong direction? Well, first of all, I have to tell you that you should listen to the music that the majority of people listen to. Once you start to realize the kind of music that they're playing and the words that they're saying, you'll start to discover why people are so greatly misled. Or what about the movies that play? In fact, go to your local movie theater and watch all the movies that are playing and ask yourself, do these movies actually align with the highest truth of the universe? Now, I'll be the first to tell you that every single movie out there usually has one central focus. But within that 2-hour slot, you can figure out what that central focus is by just reading the plot. You can understand exactly what the director is trying to say and how the actors are being used in order to convey that message. If you look at any type of propaganda in the world, you'll begin to realize that most of it are filled with manipulative techniques and deceitful lies. And it's up to you to discover what they are and how they impact you and the people around you. Now, instead of spending all this time on the people who are misled, I want to get into the second kind of spirit. The spirit of willpower. Now, this is what the majority of people try to believe. Have you ever heard someone say, if you work hard, you'll make a lot of money and you will be successful? Most people believe that they can force their way into success and use the brute force method in order to achieve their goals. Usually the person who uses willpower will set up a goal or a target that they want to accomplish and take the necessary steps in order to get to that goal. Now, usually when they get to that goal, they'll realize that's not what they actually wanted. That goal that they pursued really has no fulfillment. And even though they accomplished it through willpower, it's not really what they wanted. It doesn't give them the satisfaction and the joy that they thought they would have had when they achieved that goal. And that's why so many people who graduate college or become a doctor or become an athlete or actor face depression because they have mental breakdowns once they reach the echelons of what is perceived as success, but discover that's not what success actually was for them. They realize that they have no peace. They realize that they have no satisfaction. They realize that all their haters and naysayers that they wanted to prove wrong actually didn't care whether or not they achieved the goals. They sacrificed the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years climbing the mountain of success, trying to prove their haters and naysayers wrong, only to discover that it wasn't going to give them the satisfaction that they thought they deserved. My friends, I'm here to tell you that most people who use willpower to accomplish their goals will certainly get there. But they won't be happy along the way because they won't realize the kind of person they're becoming in the process of accomplishing that dream. There's been famous people that reached out to me and they told me, Daniel, I never thought that sacrificing all these years would lead me to all this despair. I never thought that I would have to sacrifice all this time, all this energy, all these family members, all my old friends in order to climb that mountain, only to realize that on that mountain, I would be lonely. Well, my friends, that's exactly where willpower will take you. Now, you might be asking, well, if I can't use willpower, then what should I use? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because the third option, I believe, is the best option. It's the option that I use the most, and I believe that if you understand how this spirit actually works, then you, my friend, will achieve every single goal that you can ever imagine. But I have to tell you something. It requires great patience. It requires you to quietly sit down every day and reflect on the deep truths that you actually know. Because that last spirit is the spirit of truth. It's the spirit of God. You see, only God can teach you the truth. Only God can help you to apply the universal laws. Only God can help you to realize who you actually are. Now you might be asking, well, Daniel, how can't willpower help you get there? How can't willpower help you to become even stronger than God's purpose? Well, it's very simple. Willpower doesn't actually allow you to live God's purpose. Willpower forces you out of God's purpose. Because what God has for you, willpower allows to go a different direction. God says go to point A, willpower says go to point B. But if you follow the spirit of truth, if you follow the spirit of God, you'll know that you want to go to point A, and God will teach you exactly what you need to do in order to get there. You see, what you'll realize is that none of your actions will be done in vain. None of your actions will be taken for granted. Now, it might take longer than the person who's using willpower to get there, but you learn so much more along the process. You become a better person. You become a higher thinker. You understand how the laws actually work so that you can use and apply them 10, 15, 20 years and actually have even more success in the long run. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up that the person of willpower will never be able to understand the person of God. In other words, the person of willpower will continue to force their ways until they achieve their goals, but the person of spirit will consistently wait on God to act on their behalf. The person of willpower will even use manipulative techniques in order to get there faster, but that is the same exact reason why they won't be fulfilled in the long run. But the person of spirit, the person of truth, the person of God is much different. They might see that they can use willpower to get through a barrier, but they'll realize that that barrier is there for a reason. That instead of going through that barrier, they need to either go into a different direction or wait until God removes that barrier for them. So what I'm basically saying is this. The person of God will go much further than the person of willpower. Because instead of forcing your way into your success, you'll say, I submit. I submit to the almighty and divine power of God. And I will allow the universe to use me in such a way so that I will get to where I need to go with the right people in the right places and at the right times. Instead of forcing your way into success, you'll discover what kind of person you need to become. And you'll have the patience and fortification necessary to break through any obstacles, to accomplish any goals, and to reach any dream. The person of God will always go further, because they'll be able to fortify their character. They'll be able to build a reputation. They'll be able to use the laws of truth in order to get to where they need to be. So there you go, my friends. I just dropped another bomb. I hope you really enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't cover this type of topic too often, but I felt it was on my heart and I felt I needed to share it with you. So if you like this video, type yes in the comment section below and subscribe to my channel right now and hit that notification button. Please share this video with anyone you know who really needs it, and please follow me on other social media so I can continue to add more value into your life. Again, this is Daniel Alley. I look forward to helping you accomplish your highest goals and helping you reach your full potential in life. See you next time.